Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name is Pete and this is a 5-minute Bags of Action review of The Bodyguard from 2016. Not to be confused with the Kevin Costner Whitney Houston film, this is also known as My Beloved Bodyguard. So what's it all about? A retired bodyguard suffering from dementia finds a new friend in a young girl. When her life is threatened by her father's connection with crime, he must call upon his abandoned skills to save her. So the bodyguard in question in this Chinese Hong Kong production is played by martial arts legend Sammo Hung, who also directs the movie. This was his first directorial effort since the 90s. The Bodyguard was written by Huang from The Death Note, and Jacqueline Chan is in this film playing the young girl Cherry Lee, alongside Qinqin Lee. Andy Lau makes an appearance, who you might know from Infernal Affairs. And three legends of Hong Kong cinema, Dean Shek, Carla Maka and Hark Tsui are playing three old men in this movie. Hark Tsui, of course, is a director, quite a well-known director as well. So I went into this expecting something like maybe The Foreigner, the Jackie Chan movie, or maybe an Eastern cinema version of The Equalizer. Now, tonally, the film is a little bit hard to kind of pin down. It moves from out-and-out comedy at times to brutal action, and that can be a little bit jarring. On the comedy front, some of the people he ends up fighting, they call him Kung Fu Panda. Someone breaking wind is a key part of a scene, and the three sage old men are good value in the roles that they play. On the action front, there are some brilliant set pieces. Not only those including Sammo Hung, but his fight choreography makes a big difference to this movie. There are brutal knife fights, martial arts, and even the occasional hammer. One interesting stylistic choice is that whenever he breaks someone's bones, you get almost like a graphical representation of that on their body. But it feels a little bit different. There's an odd opening to this film with its narration and some animation and a reliance on telling rather than showing. And that can be a bit confusing at first and a bit off-putting, but it does all kind of tie together with how this film ends. I won't go into that too much, I don't want to spoil it, but it does all kind of make sense in the end. At times, this film is poignant and emotional, especially when you find out about the main character Ding's past. But the way it's put together, the way the scenes work in sequence, and some of the plot choices make it an odd watch at times. And as a Western viewer, some of the plot choices had me scratching my head. Because it's definitely not... There's certain things you go, well, oh, I thought it would be this, but it's very much that. But that does keep you on your toes. I mean, when The Bodyguard is good, it's very good indeed. And if you can get past the mixture of brutal crime thriller with comedy moments and the confusing story points, I'm going to say it's well worth a look. It's certainly something different from the majority of current action movies available. And for that reason, more than anything else, for these great fight sequences and also for the fact it's something different, I'm going to give The Bodyguard 3 bags of action out of 5. And if you haven't seen it, I'd suggest that you do. Have you seen The Bodyguard? Do you agree with my assessment of it? Feel free to comment below or get in touch with us on email, Facebook or on Twitter. We have new episodes coming out all the time. And don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to get notifications. Bags of Action, of course, will always be free. But if you'd like to buy us a coffee, you can do that at our Ko-fi page.